It was a crisp November afternoon in Chicago. Donald Trump, clad in his signature navy blue coat and crimson tie, strode purposefully down Michigan Avenue. Though in town for a business meeting, he'd chosen to walk back to his hotel, absorbing the city's vibrant energy. As he approached Millennium Park, a disturbing scene near Grant Street made him stop dead in his tracks. Officer James Barrett stood menacingly over an elderly black man who was sitting quietly against a building wall. "I told you to move along," the officer barked, his hand resting threateningly on his belt. The elderly man, wearing a weathered military jacket, tried to explain, "Sir, I'm just resting. My leg." But the officer cut him off. "I don't care about your excuses. This is a tourist area. You're making people uncomfortable." Trump's jaw tightened as he watched the scene unfold. The elderly man's dignity remained intact despite the officer's intimidation. His military bearing was evident even in his current circumstance. The small cardboard sign beside him read, "Vietnam veteran, any help appreciated." Other pedestrians hurried past, averting their eyes from the confrontation. "Excuse me, officer." Trump's authoritative voice cut through the tension. Both men turned to look at him. "Mr. Trump, sir," Officer Barrett stammered, immediately recognizing him. "This vagrant," Trump raised his hand, silencing him. "This vagrant, as you call him, appears to be wearing a legitimate military jacket. Have you checked his credentials?" Trump approached the elderly man, who struggled to straighten his posture. "I'm Donald Trump, sir. Would you mind telling me your name and sharing your story?" The man's eyes, though weary, held a quiet strength. "Sergeant James Washington, sir. 1st Infantry Division. Served 3 tours in Vietnam. Purple Heart recipient." His voice, though soft, carried the weight of his experience. Trump noticed a slight tremor in his right leg as Washington attempted to stand. "Officer Barrett," Trump's voice turned stern, "this man didn't risk his life defending our country to be harassed on its streets. Where's your respect for our veterans?" The officer's face reddened. By now, a small crowd had gathered, several people recording the interaction on their phones. I didn't know he was a veteran, sir," Barrett muttered, his earlier bravado deflating. Trump pulled out his phone, his fingers moving swiftly across the screen. "Margaret," he spoke into the device, "I need you to contact Veterans Affairs immediately and get me the police commissioner's office." He turned back to Washington. "Sergeant, if you'll allow me, we're going to sort the situation out right now." Within minutes, a black SUV pulled up to the curb. Trump's assistant, Margaret, had moved with characteristic efficiency. "Sergeant Washington," Trump said, extending his hand to help the veteran up. "First, we're getting you proper medical attention." The elderly man's eyes welled with tears. "Mr. Trump, you don't have to," Trump interjected. "Yes, I do. And this is just the beginning." Officer Barrett stood awkwardly to the side, his face now ashen. "As for you, officer," Trump turned, addressing him directly, "I've just spoken with Commissioner Reynolds. He's very interested in reviewing your body camera footage from today. Expect a formal investigation into your conduct." The crowd that had gathered murmured approvingly. The next few hours moved swiftly. At Trump's direction, Sergeant Washington was taken to Northwestern Memorial Hospital for a full medical evaluation. Trump's foundation arranged immediate temporary housing at the Peninsula Hotel, and his legal team began working to fast-track Washington's veteran benefits that had somehow fallen through bureaucratic cracks. By evening, Washington sat in a luxurious hotel suite, cleaned up and wearing new clothes. "Mr. Trump," he said, his voice stronger now, "I don't know how to thank you." Trump sat across from him. "You've already thanked this country with your service, Sergeant. Now it's our turn to serve you." 1 week later, Officer Barrett was suspended pending sensitivity training, and the Chicago Police Department implemented new protocols for interactions with homeless veterans. Sergeant Washington, with Trump's continued support, became an advocate for homeless veterans' rights, speaking at various organizations and helping others like himself. The incident went viral, sparking a national conversation about veteran homelessness and police conduct. But for Trump, it wasn't about the publicity. It was about doing what was right. As he later told reporters, in America, no veteran should ever feel forgotten or disrespected. Not on our streets, not in our cities, not anywhere. Thanks for watching this powerful story of compassion and justice. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more inspiring real-life stories. Share this video to spread awareness about veteran homelessness and the importance of treating everyone with dignity and respect.